Hello everyone. This is going to be an interesting video where I'll take the help of lyrics from a Telugu movie called Sindhooram, which was written in 1997, and I take up two major issues and also the way forward which reflects the reality of those lyrics. The first lyric, కులాల కోసం గుంపులు కడుతూ మతాల కోసం మంటలు పెడుతూ మొత్తం దేశం తగలెడుతుందని నిజం తెలుసుకోరే తెలిసి భుజం కలిపిరారే. So the recent Bangalore riots that which you people have already saw and the previous Delhi riots, they both reflect the reality of lyrics which was written in 1997. There's a theory called broken window theory in criminology. According to the theory, whenever there's a signs of crime, antisocial behavior, and whenever there's signs of civil disorder, it creates an environment in the society where it further encourages people to commit further civil disorders and crime. So what we saw so whenever there's a question of communal rights comes appears to me, I just look upon to Mahatma Gandhi, who offers us or who educates us, who enlightens us with a peaceful solution. According to Mahatma Gandhi, Ram and Allah, they both belong to the same entity. So what he implies is that every attack on someone else's religion is nothing but denial of one's own God. So people of this country, from this Independence Day, let's not excuse for the excesses that have already been taken place, but let the diversity of this country thrive, and the rule of law shall prevail. And when I say the rule of law should be followed not only by the citizens but also by the state. The second lyrics, జవాబు చెప్పే బాధ్యత మర్చిన జనాల భారతమా ఓ అనాథ భారతమా. So the narrative that we see around today is that questioning itself will make you anti-national. So from where does the answer come in? So in the perspective of this narrative, which was written in 1997, the reality of the lyrics can be well seen in 2020 in the form of migrant crisis, where a migrant himself asks the questions to the government and demands answers from the government, which most of them have not been met yet. So just see how we ask questions, which I like them, the way of questioning the government by the migrant himself. Please watch it.
जवाब दे सरकार, जवाब दे सुन गर्भवती माँ गुटे पेटे छुआ धरी किना हजार हजार किलोमीटर खाली पाते चाली किना फिर उसे से गाँव के सवारी कैसी बसी धनी एरोप्लेन में घर ऐसी भूकर लोग के खिलावा के खाना नहीं ना जदी भूकर लोग के खिलावा के खाना नहीं ना जदी घर घर के पूछावा के बॉस नहीं ना बोले तमर इलेक्शन प्रचार टाइम मान के केनु ऐसी सरकार जवाब दे सरकार जवाब.
So the conclusion that arrives from the video is that it's time to question and demand answers and make the government accountable, because silence always helps the oppressor but never the oppressed. And the beauty of this democracy and the world's largest democracy like India is that it obliges the powerful to listen. So just demand and get answers. So let's discuss the third lyric. వేకువ వైప చీకటిలోక ఎటు నడిపేవమ్మ గతి తోచని భారతమా. So it reflects the future aspect of India. I'll explain this through the story of a moving bus, which I recently read it from a newspaper from Arun Maria's article. Consider this story, the moving bus story, as a vehicle growth for future India. So there's a old bus moving. There were many people sitting inside comfortably, and there were many people, there's only little space inside it, so many people were clinging on the sides and many of them were on the roof. So suddenly the driver applied the brakes, and everyone who were hanging on the clinges on the side and those on the rooftop were thrown off into the road. The moral tragedy here is the people who are inside sitting it comfortably there don't know that there were millions of people who are clinging on the sides and also on the rooftop. The author calls it as they were out of their sight, or maybe they're out of their mind also. So consider that the driver is the politician and the conductor as an bureaucrats of this country. So what he tries to say from that moving story of the bus is that they should consider that they precariously the people on the rooftop and the clinges are precariously standing and sitting on the roof, so they should be taken into the consideration and make sure that more seats are available to them inside. So consider the people who are sitting inside as the rich people of this country. The inequality report says the country's 73% of the entire country's wealth is in the hands of 1% of people. So consider those people who are sitting inside as those 1% people. So the politicians and the bureaucrats should understand that there were millions of people who are clinging on the sides. Let available them more seats inside. And I'm not telling you to throw off those 1% comfortable people off the road. I'm just telling them to make it more comfortable, give them the benefits and incentives, but make sure that you give them a seat belt, which acts as a control. So, in conclusion, the clarion call in 1942 Quit India movement was do or die. But today we don't have to die for the nation, but the need of the today is to live for the nation, and the clarion call should be we will and we should accomplish. Take our country to the new greater heights and progress. So yeah, thank you and very happy Independence Day. And I should mention the lyricist. Is none other than the Sirivennala Sitharama Shastri Garu, who foresighted this type of conditions, the prevailing conditions, way back in 1997. So hats off to you, sir. So thank you, and if you want to comment something, you're most welcome.